Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the recap, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, on 25th, I traded his room SPY calls over 4:30. Friday, we had an end of the day dump, and it kind of like grinded up a little bit on Sunday into Monday morning. Then we had a sell off. So I was thinking that we had a nice dump from 432 to 429 that we're probably going to end up having a short squeeze at open. And everyone's going to pile into puts, and it's just going to pop. So I picked 430, which is Friday's low and support right here. Just kind of rounded up. First 10-minute candle. I didn't take it. I don't know why. I didn't take any of the trade. I didn't take that. I don't know. I don't think I had anything going on Monday morning. I don't remember. But I didn't take that. I don't know why I didn't take it. But I did decide to take calls at 10:17, which is right here. Ran up, pull back right here. I'll blow it up so you can see. I didn't take this. I don't know why I didn't take that. I should have taken calls right over this. Maybe it was because of the green candle right here. It wasn't that big of a candle. It was 429. It's less than $1. I might have hesitated just because of the size of the candle being a fake out. Then it just took off. That's the only thing I can think of. But I should have taken it. I had my thesis was right. I just should have stuck with it. Sometimes you just get a gut feeling, or you just second guess your decision or something doesn't feel right, and you just don't take it. So I mean, sometimes more than not, when you have a bad feeling about something, it's probably a pretty good idea not to take it. So I didn't take it for some reason. It pulled back, had a nice green red candle right here, nice little FU setup. Right when it got over the 430-60 area, I grabbed calls. I got the 43.30 calls at 640, thinking that we were going to pop higher day because we had a nice FU setup. Kind of a big red candle, but it doesn't matter. Still an FU setup, and it didn't work out, and it ended up dumping. So I dumped it at $3. Then I took calls again at 11:09, which is right here. Every time it got underneath VWAP, it got bought. It went under VWAP, got bought, but it wasn't breaking lower day, so it was making a higher low. So it was definitely showing it had some strength, but yet it wasn't willing to let go of the lower day. So it was building a higher low. So it got underneath VWAP, got bought. Went underneath it, got bought, and got underneath it, got bought. So when it went over the 430 area, which was aligned nicely with this body, and this body of the candles, I like seeing multiple bodies in a wick in here, right there. You had a nice little consolidation area, perfect area for a breakout. Once I got over this 430 area, I grabbed the 43.20 calls at 750, and they went from 750 to 1550. So they went 100% on that play right there. So that was a really, really good play. Can't complain about that whatsoever. Then I took puts at 1250, which is right here. I could see why I didn't take it. See, I usually would take it like right here, but they've been like fake outs for it, and especially when it's an uptrend, it would start to pull back a little bit, then it would stay within its range or stay within its channel and flag, and it would just end up being a fake out, making it look like it's going to dump, and it doesn't. It ends up being a fake out. So I've been just kind of waiting, but I liked the body of this candle, body, and the wick's pretty close to the body, so all lined up pretty good right here. So once it broke 431, I took puts. I took the 43.30 puts at 850, and they went from 850 to 1190 right there. So moved a little bit. Remember, I always say in the room, focus on base hits. If you're looking for home runs, you're going to lose 95% of your trades. And when you hit the home run, you're still going to end up losing, even if you hit a massive banger, because all the times you tried to get the home run, you're going to end up losing when you should be focused on base hits. Anywhere from 50 cents to $2 is a good base hit. You buy 10 contracts and you get $2 out of it. That's $2,000. The average person does not make $2,000 a day, so always keep that in mind. People just have unrealistic expectations, unrealistic gains. They want home runs. They want to become a millionaire overnight. You're not going to become a millionaire overnight. You never will. Never will happen. So get that mindset out. And also, I'm not a fan of people using a lot of indicators. You can use indicators all you want. To me, I don't like them. I only use them for divergences and stuff like that. So less is more. So just always keep that in mind. I just don't. So many people rely so much on indicators that the MACD is crossed and this has done that, so it's got to do this. It doesn't need to do that whatsoever. Price action is king. Always refer to that. If you want to use an indicator, use them for like divergences or use them for like confirmation, but don't use them as a primary signal because that's kind of dumb in my opinion. So, anyways, took puts again at 145, which is right here. Broke below 431, got bought, didn't break new high a day. So when I got below, I think I took it right here at the, I took it right here. I need the 431 area again at 145, which was right here. I didn't take it here. I think I just ignored it. You can see the 20 EMA is the blue line right here. I got bought and it tried to pop and it came back down. Once it came back down, I need 431 right here. I was more open to the puts because it got bought here, so it tested it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and this is the 5th time it tested. The more times it tests an area, the more likely it's going to break. But yeah, it broke it here, and here. So I just took a gamble that being a lower high, it was going to dump. I was kind of hoping for this kind of move right here, but it didn't happen. But still, got the 43.25 puts at 670, and they went from 670 to 850. Nice dollar, almost $2 move right there on that play, so I'm not going to complain about that. So that ended up being a good play. One loss for the day. I hate starting Mondays out where the first play is a loss. It's so much. Look at this. Overnight, Monday night, 432 back to 429. Another $3 drop. Kind of thinking the same thing, I think. Yeah, I said SPY calls over 431.50, which is right here. Why did I say way up here? I called it at 7 o'clock in the morning. I think I had a doctor's appointment in the morning. Oh, yeah, I did. Yep. The baby had a doctor's appointment or a checkup in the morning. So, yeah, that's why I posted it so early. So, 7 o'clock was right here. So, that's why I came up with that number, 431.50. But, yeah, it dropped right here. First play was at 12:09, which was right there, 12:09. Right here? Yeah, right here. As you can see, I mean, if you caught the new lower day right here, that drop, you had a nice significant play on that. But I wasn't here. I was at the clinic with the baby, and right here, this is when you usually see when you start to see calls starting to build up right here. The market makers will jump in and they'll take new lower day, make new lower day to take out the stops. Because everybody that bought calls up here is putting stops right here. And what do? They flush it down, take out the stops, then they start to move it forward. So, and me recognizing that when I came back, when it got over the, when I got over this 427.50 area, I took calls right there. I took the 42.95 calls at 710. And they went from 710 to 850. So that ended up being a good play. Then I took puts at 106, which was right here. No, right here. Yeah, right here. I think I took it right here. Yeah, I took it in this candle. It went to VWAP, rejected VWAP. So once it got below the body of the wick of this candle, the body of this candle, which aligned with the wicks over here. So this ended up being a good little area, 427.55. When it got below that, I grabbed the puts. I grabbed the 42.90 puts at 870, and they went from 870 to 1020 right there. Got bought, went back to VWAP, then it flushed. But I did take puts again at 213, which is right here. I didn't take this. I mean, I got the drop here, then I got bought, so I was kind of hesitant. I think I remember taking puts right here in the challenge. I'm not 100% sure. And made new lower day, tried to bounce a little bit, then it didn't. It came back down. So when it came back down, I took the chance of buying puts, the 42.80 puts right here at 890, and they went from right here at 213. Yeah, right there. It broke below 426. I took the 42.80 puts at 890, and they went from 890 to 1070. So that ended up working out pretty good on that play. So I can't complain about that. Now on to Wednesday. Let's see. Back this out just a little bit. This Wednesday, 27th. Okay. Traded Ideas Room Wednesday. SPY calls of a 428, which is right at this high right here. Pre-market high. I always think it was down here when I called it. What time did I call it? Yeah. 9:05. So yeah, it was down here somewhere. But yeah, 428, which is right up here. First 10-minute candle was red. I wasn't sure if I wanted to take puts when it was red. I just wasn't sure. But when it broke new lower day, I just stuck with my my guns and just did it, even though I probably shouldn't have. There was a small red candle right there, even though I just avoided a small green candle. But definitely more confident on the short side. So when it did break new lower day, plus when market likes to dump, it starts getting momentum, it really can pick up speed. So I took the 42.70 puts at new lower day on the second 10-minute candle. They went from 640 to 950. So it did end up working out. Ended up being a nice little play. Then I took puts again at 1050, which is right here. It bounced, went up to VWAP, actually went up to 20 EMA, rejected VWAP, came back down. When it broke below 426, I grabbed puts again. I grabbed the 42.70 puts at 750. And they went from 750 to 1270, so that ended up being a good play. Then I switched to calls at 104, which is right here. This is where I made a mistake. I remember grabbing this and got this nice play right here. This is when SPY starts getting going in a direction, it just doesn't like to look back, and it's hard to if you try to buy the calls right here thinking it's going to bounce, you would have got in trouble. If you bought it here, you would have got in trouble. And I bought it here. It went green, pulled back, had a nice little red candle. It didn't make new lower day, so when it bounced quickly back to the 424.65 area, that's where I grabbed calls. I probably shouldn't have. That's probably something I should have avoided. I probably should have waited until it got to like 425, above 425, but I just got overzealous, I think, and I just jumped the gun. I grabbed the 42.65 calls at $7, and it made new lower day, and I dumped it at 3, and then I grabbed 42.50 calls at 218, which is right here in this candle. I think I waited till it got up to 425, 218. Yeah, I waited. Maybe I waited to 424. Yeah, I think I waited to 424. I grabbed the 42.50 calls at 580, and they went from 580 to 29.10. Ended up being a massive move. I'm not quite sure what happened here. It's something news related, or maybe it wasn't news related. Just totally made a V. You don't know when it's going to do this. You could have bought it here thinking that. You could have bought it here, and it finally happened here. And it might not have even happened at all. So just, it is what it is. Just one of those crazy days that you don't know what's going to end up happening until it happens. So that was just a crazy end of the day. There was an FU setup right here. Perfect FU setup. I didn't take it. It seemed kind of overextended. But, you know, just the FU setups, regardless, they end up working 99%, I shouldn't say 99, 95% of the time. Big green candles, red candle. I wouldn't have taken it over the body for the FU setup here because the body's so tiny. I would have taken it over the wick. So if you're taking the FU setup over the wick right here, that would have been better. But because it made two, I mean, even with a second candle right there, the body of the candles are 71 are less than 20 cents. I don't like going based off that. Now if the body of the candle was like this, that's different. I mean, you get a more meat right there to go by, but this is not really much to go by. Then you have an FU setup right here on the way down. Big red candle, green candle, boom. Just the FU setups are just really, really good. So now on to the 28th, which is Thursday. SPY calls for 427, which is this high right here, rounded up. I took puts. This is what it calls. Yeah. Big we had a green candle right here. Was kind of indecisive, but you also get a look at the point of view that I was also looking at the low of pre-market lows. This 425 area, if it broke below that, was going to end up being a nasty fall. So I took the 42.50 puts at $8. I mean, I was looking at the call side and the put side because it had a nice little range right here over 427 and the 425. Nice little $2 range. It gets out of that range, it's going to make moves. And I thought because it didn't make a new higher day and ended up making a new lower day, that it was actually going to fall apart. The flow was going to open up. So I took the 42.50 puts at $8, and they went from $8 to $8.80. Not much of a move. It was a fake out. I should have taken calls when it got back over higher day, but I didn't. I sat waited, but I did take puts at 10:30, which is right here. Got the red candle here. You get an inside red candle right there. So once it got below, I think VWAP is where I took her, or even under 426. I took the 42.60 puts at 720, and they went from 720 to 1110. So yeah, 710 to 11. I mean 720 to 1110. I think I took it under 426 is what I ended up doing. So that ended up being a good play. If you didn't take the 50 cents plus right here, I hope the base that you would have taken a loss. This would have been a good play. Not a home run, but still definitely a good play. If you want home run plays, go gamble in the SPX pre-market, because once in a while something is nice in there and we end up hitting a big one in there and it ends up being a big play. That's the more of a gamble than strategic. So you want home runs, go to that channel, but you're not going to get home runs with options play, and it's literally pure gambling. We have a little system that seems to be working, and we just do that there. So that said, next one, which was what I did, the 1031, which is right there. So I took calls at 1044, which is right here. Because it got bought up and it broke up above the 427 area, I grabbed calls. I grabbed the 42.95 calls at 740, and they went from 740 to 10. So that was a nice $2 plus move on that. Then I took calls again at 216, which was right. It was not chasing this. Was not expecting that. 216 right here. Pulls back down. It's bouncing off VWAP. Made a cluster of a couple consolidation candles right there. Three nice 10-minute candles. Wick. And when it got over 428.40, that's where I grabbed calls. I grabbed the 43.05 calls at 620. And they went from 620 to 720. So that I might have grabbed that 620 to 720. Oh, he made $1 move in that. It's 216. Yeah, I grabbed it. Where did I grab it? Did I grab it up here? No, I'm not quite sure where I got it. I think maybe I grabbed it a little higher. It's possible that I chased it. Only got $1 out of it though. That would have been more of a $3 move right there, a $3 or $4 move. So I must have chased it. I must have grabbed it maybe at 429. And I'm not quite sure about that, but got $1 play out of that, so I'm not going to complain about that. I'm not quite sure exactly where I grabbed it, but it was this candle I grabbed it. I think I would have grabbed it down here, but I don't know. Who knows? I probably could have grabbed it at 429, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure, so it is what it is. So got $1 move out of that, so... Now Friday, let's see, Friday the 30th, last day of the month. I didn't play the end of the day quite the way I wanted to, but let's see. Make sure my mic is working. I pause for a second. SPY puts in a 430, which is right here. This low, pre-market low. First 2-minute candle's red. So I was looking for puts at new lower day. So I grabbed the 43.10 puts at 750. Made the first 2-minute candle was red. We took puts new lower day on the second candle. And they went from, the 43.10 puts went from 750 to 850. So that worked out. Then it had a bounce, but it didn't quite break higher day. It was a fake out. Then I bought puts again at 1102. I didn't buy them right there. I don't know why I didn't do it, but 1102. I bought them right here. Yeah, right here. As you can see, me new lower day. It bounced up to VWAP, got rejected, and came back below the 430 430-35 area. I like it because you get the body here, the body, and the wicks are just right there. So I like seeing this kind of a setup. So when it gets below this area, I grabbed it. So I grabbed the 43.10 puts right here at 760, and they went from 760 to $9. What I've been doing lately is, especially if you don't know if it's going to be a range day, if I bought puts right at the lower day, that it may not, I mean, when obviously it broke new lower day, it would have been a fake out. It would have broke it just enough, and I probably could have taken a loss. But what I do is, when I'm going for the short side and lower day is like right here at the bottom of the wick of this candle, and I see bodies that are lining up right here, I will take the bodies because I will have a chance at a decent play, assuming that it bounces or double bottoms at lower day, or if it does make a new lower day, then it's a fake out. So I have at least $1 plus move to take it if it does end up bouncing or being a fake out, versus if I was to take it at new lower day, that I probably would have taken a loss. But no, I mean, but you don't know this is going to happen. Remember, when you're trading, everything's in hindsight. You don't know what the future lies. So you just have to play what you see, what you think is going to happen. You're playing in probabilities. And to me, with it breaking below this and anticipating a double bottom or a possible fake out, that I would have enough for a room for a base hit right here, and I took it. So that's why I take it here, and that's why I've been doing that there. So the next play I took was puts at 11.29, which is right here. 11.29. So yeah, I took it. Yeah, right here, right when it did break below lower day. There was news of something that happened. I'm not quite sure what was happening, but this, maybe there wasn't news. I don't remember. But this was a nasty candle. I remember this because I was looking at calls right up here. I was going to take calls. I think I posted a room. I was going to take calls over 431.50. And when it started to chug up to it, I was looking at it. Then it got slammed hard. And when it got slammed really hard to lower day, I took puts. I don't think I even had a chance to tell anybody in the room that I was going to do that. It was one of those things that it just happened instantly, and I just had to take it. There was no room to give a warning, and I just jumped in. And so I took the 43.10 puts at 750, and they went from 750 to 1580. So that ended up being a 100% move right there. I do post these plays in the room, so you guys, these I won't say preloaded, but these pre-advanced warning plays, what I'm looking at. Sometimes I'll post them, and if I'm not taking them, it's probably because I missed it. Or I wasn't looking. Sometimes things happen, I'm not looking, or a move happens faster than I predict. Sometimes I'm multitasking and I get distracted, and sometimes I miss plays here and there. But just because I miss it doesn't mean you have to. If you see what I'm looking at and you like it, then take it. I mean, I will post the room if I don't like it anymore, or if you're unsure about it, still ask me. But 9 out of 10 times, I'm going to tell you I'm not taking it, and I just end up missing it. So once in a while, I will miss one. I'm not going to, either I don't get filled, or I'm not paying attention, or the move happens too fast. So it is what it is, and no one's perfect in trading. I'm going to make mistakes too. So I make a lot of mistakes than I would like to, but that's just how it is. So let's see, 11.29, which was that one right there. So that ended up being a good play. That I didn't take. 149 I took puts, which was right here. I'm not quite sure why I took it here, but yeah, we had we got that play, bear flag right there. I think I grabbed this in the challenge. I'm almost certain I grabbed this in the challenge, because I remember that I missed a huge move in the challenge. Bounced up, came back down. When it broke below the 426.75 area, I grabbed puts. I grabbed the 42.80 puts at 850, and they went from 850 to 1230. So it ended up being a really, really good play. So I missed this play, but I think I grabbed it in the challenge. I bet you if I look in the challenge, I got that in the challenge. Let's see, Friday, 1233. 1233. I grabbed it right here. Yeah, I grabbed it right here, and it ended up dumping. So yeah, I did grab it in the challenge, and it dumped, and I cut the 50 cents because remember, I got it in this candle. I got the 50 cents, and right after I got the 50 cents, it was bouncing around everywhere. As you can see the wick right here. So it went, I think initially when I got it, it started to go against me, and when it dropped down to right here, I just got out because it was against me. I didn't want to take a loss, and then it ended up just took the 50 cents. Ended up being a winner, but ended up being, it could have been a massive winner, but I don't know. It could have bounced right here. Plus you have PDC right here. That makes me nervous. So when it went against me, I just wanted to take my 50 cents and get out. I didn't want to wear my welcome. I was afraid that data was going to kick in. We were going to chop more, or it was going to end up making getting bought. I bought at the lower day or a PDC, so I didn't wear my welcome out. So I just got out. So that was how I played it, and then it just ended up flowing through PDC. But I don't cover the recaps on the challenge account. It's just I'll be my recaps. I'll be doing this forever. So I'll just I'll be doing these recaps for hours and hours and hours, and it feels like when I do these recaps, it take me like half an hour to an hour to do them, and only like 2 or 3 people watch them. I don't know why more people don't watch these. Maybe they just don't want to learn. Maybe they just start taking trading seriously, and they're just expecting, me to do all the work for them. I'm not doing the work for you. I'm not holding your hand. I'm showing you what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and what you do with it is on you. And I do these recaps for you guys to learn. And some people just take it more seriously than others. The people that don't watch the recaps, they're just not serious about trading. They're gonna go nowhere. I mean, so just plain and simple. Gotta watch these things. So with that said, that's gonna do it. Hopefully the recap has helped you, and I didn't ramble too much or say anything too crazy. So it's unedited. So that's it. Thanks for watching.